Hey guys, I'm absolutely thrilled to see you back on my channel. Big thanks for hitting the subscribe button. It's so awesome seeing our community grow. Makes me feel like all the hard work I'm pouring into it is paying off. And in today's video, we're going to dive into the world of perfectionism in trading and how it can shake things up when it comes to our trades. And while we are at it, I'm going to take a swing and grow my deposit from $179. Stick around till the end of this video. Trust me, there are some very good stuff you don't want to miss. But before we start, just a quick heads up. Don't forget to check out the description below for a link to my private Telegram channel. There you can get your daily dose of profitable signals. As well, there is a spot to ask any burning questions you might have. As well, there is a link to registration on Pocket option where you can get a 50 cool bonus on your deposit when signing up. So enjoy the video everyone, and without further ado, let's get show on the road. And just like that, I'm straight in a trade on the Euro-Japanese yen pair. I've placed a sell order as the chart reached a resistance level. It's already taken a shot at this level during a strong upward surge, but couldn't quite crack it. So I'm betting that a weaker move isn't going to break through either. Even though the Williams indicator is in the overbought territory, it's all about the short term. What's more important in our case is what MACD tells us, since it focuses on the bigger picture trend. The MACD shows a pretty weak bull trend. Its lines are all tangled up. If it's struggling at this stage, it's probably not going to handle the resistance level. I'm betting on a drop. Williams is now exiting the overbought area, which confirms we've read the market right, and it's evidence in the chart too. And there we have it. Our first trade has bulked up our deposit to $284. Let's dive into today's topic, perfectionism in trading. Believe it or not, all traders have a dash of perfectionism in them. The pursuit of an ideal life with swanky suits, fancy apartments, and fast cars is usually what draws people to trading. But demanding too much can backfire not only professionally but personally too. Feeling bold, let's notch up our investment to $200. So, how can we balance striving for the perfect trading strategy with the risk of turning into full-blown trading-obsessed neurotics? Psychologists reckon perfectionism is a relentless chase for flawlessness, always pushing yourself and those around you to meet higher standards than the situation really calls for. In the world of trading, perfectionism usually shows up as an endless quest for the golden trading strategy. Just a sec guys, I see another chance to place a sell trade. The signals tell me it's a good move. The chart smashed into the resistance level and there is a red bar on the MACD histogram saying the upward trend is losing steam. This led me to place the trade. So, when you're dealing with a 1-minute trade expiry time, you often have to read the market ahead. It's a bit riskier, sure, but it can bring a bigger profits. If you like to play it safe, just wait until the indicators are screaming buy or sell and bump up the expiry time. Let's get back to perfectionism. When traders feel their trading system might miss the market, they're always on the lookout for the next best thing. This could involve shelling out for paid strategies and indicators or attending courses and workshops run by market big shots. There's always striving to nail the flawlessness trade. We just pocket another win. Our balance is looking good at $444. Let's lead a little and bump our investment up to $400. Next up, in our chat about perfectionism, there is a tendency to make your trading strategy super complex. Almost everyone has been guilty of this at some point, but it's a big fat mistake. You might think adding another indicator or just of graphics will sharpen up your signals. Sometimes that might be the case. More often though, your chart gets so crowded with lines and signals that spotting a good entry point becomes harder than finding a needle in a haystack. Our trading system today is far from fancy. This leads me to open another put trade. The signals are the same. I won't bore you by repeating them. Let's just get back to our chat about perfectionism. Losing part of your stash, chasing better results, struggling to know when to step back during good runs or bad. They're all signs of perfectionism, and they are prime reasons for some epic cash burns. Another sign of perfectionism, keeping trades live without setting stop losses. Admitting a loss can feel like you're basically saying you're a failure. Something I'm going to trade till I'm out of dough. If I lose it all, I will just hit up my mates to borrow some and make a comeback. I really hope you guys aren't taking this route. If so, you're not much different from your average punter at a roulette table. There wasn't a huge bounce back still. We're about to wrap up another trade, and boom, our balance has shot up to 724. Let's put more skin in the game and up our investment to $700. Perfectionism can sneak in when you are never satisfied with a good trade, always thinking you could have done better. You would be surprised how many from the various professions get a whiff of perfectionism. Designers, bakers, builders, they keep tweaking their work endlessly. If there wasn't the whole time constraint thing. As a trader, you're your own boss. What's more, in trading, perfectionism gets a solid ego boost from the success of others and your own past winning stakes. So when a newbie steps into the world of trading, there is this constant drive to knock it out of the park, but they never quite get there. Tales of great triumphs from folks like Larry Williams and Stephen Covey not only serve as an inspiration, but they can also mess with your head, getting you to question your own worth. An offhanded comment like, "I scored my first million in a month," can either light a fire under a beginner's ambition or kindle self-doubt. Why can they pull it off and I can't? Experts reckon that our obsession with perfection has its roots in our childhood, fostered by parents who dreamed of the best life for us. Striving to match up to or outdo our parents' aspirations sends us on a relentless chase of flawlessness. Even by the most standards, we've already scored a win. Based on how deep one dives into their words, psychologists identify 3 levels of perfectionism. The first one's pretty simple. It's all about falling. Falling is no biggie. What matters is bouncing back. You're trying your best and keeping tabs on the chart. You make calculated moves to open trades, but at times the market flips on you. It stinks, sure, but you reflect on what went wrong, find any missteps, and jump back into the game. The second level is where you've caused the straight A student syndrome. Traders at this stage are either giving it their all or not at all. They love to play big, join tourneys. These guys are thrilled to bits when they bag a prize or a windfall gain, but a flop can slam them into a funk. The third level of perfectionism is clinical, bordering on the obsessive. An neurotic perfectionist is a pessimist who's convinced that there is no room for slips and losses in trading. He's on a constant looking for a fail-proof trading method, but somehow never seems satisfied with either himself or his surroundings. Guys, I'm trying to guess the best moment to open a trade. The situation seems familiar from our previous trades. At last, the Williams indicator appears to sign a potential trend reversal, and I take a shot at a sell position. Yet the market's a tad lethargic, and my lunch might just fall through by the time the trade closes. Let's see where this is headed. So, back to the topic. The pursuit of perfection can lead you down a rabbit hole of getting stuck on details that don't really matter. Treat the notion of a foolproof trading system as just a myth. A nagging gap between your result and expectations can plant seeds of discontent. If you're constantly feeling edgy from getting sky-high goals, I suggest changing your strategy and cutting yourself some slack. Start with accepting that trading isn't a piece of cake. Guys, I've just made another kill. Without sweating over finding a picture-perfect system, our balance is edging upwards of $1,284. Let's rate the stakes and see where it takes us. I'm plumbing for a whopping $1,000. Losing cash in trading is a piece of cake, and sometimes it's even easier than striking gold. To take the edge off your perfectionism, you gotta remember there is no such thing as 100% fail-proof strategy. There is no magic bullet indicator, no brokers that will always keep you in the black, no hotshot analysts. Taking some hints is just part of the gig. You need to swallow that. Your main aim is just to make sure your wins overshadow your losses. Doubt the brags of big talkers who says they made a fortune in a month. You can't really check up on how straight up a person is being with you. It may have been them not just a month, but let's say half a year to hit their target. So chill out, don't rush into feeling bumped. Guys, I'm looking to lengthen my expiration time. The market's slow and I'm worried 1 minute's not gonna cut it for my analysis to pay off. The Euro-Yen chart's currently chilling out in a sideways movement, but I'm expecting a breakout, so I'm opening a sell position. Both indicators are flagging a possible exit from the sideways slope and the kickoff of a downtrend. Once you've got the basics down, it's time to work on you. Set goals that are small but real. In trading, a steady little net deposit growth is way preferable to a wildly jumping balance. Think about your profits in percentages, not cash. 2-10% return in a month to start with is sweet. Always take out your earnings. Better to pocket a small profit than leave your cash in the deposit and then lose it in a chase after results. So, getting grip on how to take a loss is key. It's a blow when the market goes south on you, but that's how it goes. Put a cap on deposit, loses at 20% a month, and don't try to chase your losses when you have a bummer. If you're burning through your deposit, best to chill for a while. Give yourself some wiggle room for mistakes. That means 2-3 crew ups is no biggie. The main thing is to dissect them right, address your issues, and avoid repeating them. Is being a perfectionist such a horror show? So I'd say in small doses it's not just okay but even good for your work. Of course, those really high on perfectionism usually have a top work ethic. They are driven to hit their goals and have a willpower to boot. Use this to your advantage in your work. Open deals with care, pay attention to the details. Okay folks, eyes on the chart. We're about to wrap up another deal. We've bumped up our deposit to a sweet $2,004 already. We can't boost the size of our investment anymore, though pocket option has maxed us out at $1,000. Let's see if we can find an opportunity for one more profitable trade. I've got the Euro-Canadian dollar pair queued up. Looks like Williams is hitting at a possible U-turn, but hold on, MACD is saying the trend might keep plummeting. I don't usually advocate for diving into a trade that goes against your system. But like in my case, I've got mixed signals from my indicators. But now I'm gonna take a leap and go for a sell position, cause I've also got the alligator indicator up on the chart. It's the slow poke of my system, so it carries a fair chunk of weight. It's flanking a possible market U-turn, and that's also backed up my MACD readings. The alligator's yellow and blue lines crossing the red one from top to bottom, that's a pretty solid sign of a U-turn. Bump your expiration time up to 5 or 10 minutes and you can rely on the alligator as a standalone guide without any extra help. Alligator is basically a trio of smooth moving averages, each with different timing and shifted by a certain amount. In my chart, the yellow and blue lines are the fast movers and the red lines are slow mover. Any crossing of the red line by the fast movers in any direction screams major long-term market switch down. If there is a quite noticeable gap between the lines, that's a perfect moment to make your move. You can't predict a likely separation by projecting the lines forward on the chart. In my case, they're quite far apart. So the distance between the lines is crucial. The bigger it is, the stronger the trend. It's important to get a handle on eyeing up the range when you're using the alligator. I wouldn't suggest going into trade when spreads small, even if the lines have crossed. Guys, looks like I nailed it. The trade's adding a slick $830 to the deposit. That brings the deposit total to a net $2,834. Let's switch things up to the Euro-British pound pair. It's pretty clear the market stock moving sideways here. You can sense it both visually and from the interwing alligator lines. But I'm betting on the chart getting out of this state, and I'm going to open up another trade betting on a downturn. Sure thing, let's make this chiller. The MACD indicator is spreading out while Mr. Williams is just chilling at the border of becoming oversold. Guys, I know wanting everyone to be pictured perfect is tempting, but too much of it can be a real pain. So remember, balance is key. I once warned you about getting too fancy with a ton of indicators. It's just turning your desk into a spaceship control module with blinking lights everywhere. Eventually, you're gonna get lost in all of that flashiness. So, here's my tip. Don't chase after how many indicators you got. Focus on how well you know and use the few you have. For me, 2 or 3 indicators at once are just right. Any more that is overkill. And a cool way to rely Yes, and a cool way to really get to know your indicators is to keep a trade journal. Write down everything: the signals you got, what time it was, the trend, and volume of the market. This way, you'll have a bird's eye view of the trades that pocket and the ones that tanked. Seems like my prediction was spot on this time. We got a level break. This last deal just bumped up our deposit to a whopping $3,664. Way to go! Alright, it's time to call it a day, wrapping up this trading session. Alright folks, we managed to give our deposit a serious adrenaline shot, cranking it up from 179 bucks to a hefty $3,664. That's awesome, so let's not sweat the small stuff but be stoked by our killer profits. If you've done this so far, you are a superstar. Hope this video was worth your while. Hit this like button and drop a comment down below. As well, click the bell icon not to miss the beat with our new updates. As well, in the description below you will find a link to my Telegram channel where I will be dropping hot signals daily for trading deals, which you can imply in your own system. As well, there is a link to registration page for pocket option where you can get your cool 50% bonus on your deposit just by signing up. Yes, you can instantly boost your deposit just by signing up. So that's all for today. I was so happy to hang out with you. That was a blast. We'll see you very soon and peace out.